Okay, good, good. That's fine. It happens. It happens. It can happen. Anyway, so we are learning about it, external analysis, internal analysis. So external analysis is knowing our enemy, and the internal analysis is for the knowing ourselves. Okay, and then we will win without fighting. No, no, no. That's the purpose of strategy management. Strategy management. Okay, so we are heading to that direction. But however, though, if we know ourselves, if we know our enemy, what will happen? Okay, we will not lose. Absolutely. Okay, not yet. Not yet. We are heading to the win without fighting. At least we will not lose. Okay, we know about the five forces. Okay, so we scan our environment, what's going on outside and what's going on in the industry. That's the reason why we frequently say that the external analysis is a industrial analysis, industry-wide analysis. Okay, and last week we learned about it, the profitability analysis. Profitability analysis. Okay, profitability analysis. Okay, so then who made the, okay, so what is the role of the accountant in business? Do you remember what is the role of the accountant in business? Like a medical doctor. Like a medical doctor, accountant, no. Let us know how healthy. Healthy or not healthy. They diagnose and that they can tell what is my problem. Do I have a cancer? And do I have a business problem? And the accountant usually scan and monitor our health, and that they help us. They guide us. They sometimes give us a pill, and sometimes they give us a suggestion. However, taking a pill while managing one's health is our responsibility. That's a manager's responsibility. Whatever, doctors, like the doctors examine and something, okay? So accountant give us information about our profitability. Yeah, let's come back to the basic. What is the purpose of the business? We want to make what? Profit, exactly. Okay. Making money means making profit, absolutely. Okay. The money profit is how we can calculate the profit, revenue minus cost, right? That's money. That's positive money. So then that's the purpose of the profit. Absolutely. So we must know how much we make profit throughout operating our business. But unfortunately, more than 70% of the businesses make profit. So then we need to die. We know. Okay, so you understand why. Anyway, the business is not easy to understand, and many times, many people believe that the business, the making a business is for making the profit. But how many times? No. That's okay. Whatever. So then, throughout the ROIC analysis, EVA analysis, and those kind of the very explicit the data, well, profitability, okay, profitability, data analysis, okay? So then we can get to know who we are, how much we make money. That's internal analysis by using our doctor. Okay, so doctors, many times the doctors who are the teachers then myself, expert. Why we need to consult with somebody who can tell me what is my status. Expert, business expert, or professionals. They help us to know ourselves in terms of the money accounting. Okay, that's one easy way. That's the easy, or that's a basic way to know oneself. Okay, good. However, knowing oneself is, yeah, we need more. We need more. And compare with that the external analysis, why? Compare with that the external analysis, why internal analysis is more difficult? Somebody can say, do you believe that the external analysis is easy, or the external analysis, between the external and the internal analysis, which one is more difficult? Yeah, and if you agree with that, if you agree with me, okay, why? Why do you think so? Exactly. Okay. Many times external analysis is easy because we are dealing with explicit data, explicit data or information, and because we can see what's going on, we can see. Yeah. However, in order to kind of internal analysis, okay, many times we stop observing outside, but however, we must close our eyes and we must go inside. Let's go inside. When we deal with that explicit data, in order to know that the profitability, okay, somebody can tell me about the factor. Somebody can tell me about the explicit data. Okay, so to get to know better. However, in order to know ourselves, in order to know our strengths, in order to know our weakness, we must investigate ourselves. With closing your eyes. How we can get to know ourselves? Close your eyes. So many data is invisible. Many data is not explicit. Many data or information is subjective. That means, yeah, that's not a science. Many times, that is art. Okay? Many internal data is implicit or ambiguous, implicit or okay, non-numeric, and qualitative data and subjective data. So that is the reason why conducting the internal analysis is not easy. And many times, somebody just to do the internal analysis by using the subjective interviews or the metadata, sense, something, how we can justify that. Many times, it's not easy to tell who we are. Okay? So in this week, we are learning about the value chain approach in order to know ourselves better, in order to know our business better. Okay, that's what we are learning. And yeah, last class, and we started with the iPhone. Okay, no matter what, in order to know our business better, we'd better to start with this cost accounting. That's my personal suggestion. If you don't know yourself, absolutely, you'd better to start with your cost accounting, and that is cost structure. You'd better to start with the cost structure. Everybody talks a lot about close your eyes. You must meditate, breathing, and chanting Mahabharata. No, don't do that. Yeah. My suggestion is, yeah, no matter what, start with money. Start with the money. What money? Cost structure. That was my suggestion. And as I said, when you identify your cost structure, you will have three domains of the cost structure. That is, here you can see this is direct cost. Direct cost. And there must be indirect cost. Indirect cost. And roughly speaking, your cost structure is composed with the direct cost part plus and indirect cost part plus margin part. And everybody wants to maximize our margin, right? So then the bigger, the better. Whatever. So direct cost plus indirect cost plus the margin, that composes your cost of the product, price of the Apple iPhone. Okay. Is there anybody who uses the iPhone 11 Pro Max? How much is it? Hulda, are you using the iPhone? How much was it? Yeah. Are you using iPhone? No. 800? Right now? Probably more, I think. Not Pro Max. Okay. So that's, yeah, so, if we want to try to buy the iPhone 11 Pro Max nowadays, and the retail price is more than $1,000. Yeah, more than $1,000. However, that's the sales price. That's a retail sales price. However, how much is it in order to produce one? That's less than $500. That's less than $500. That's a direct cost is $500. This is a BOM. This comes from the BOM, bill of material. So then, in detail, if you analyze that in detail, the BOM, you can get to know that why you pay this amount of money for the direct labor, direct cost, direct material cost, and direct labor cost. This is direct labor cost. Direct labor cost, and these are the direct material cost, DM, BL, okay? So then, yeah, in terms of the direct labor cost, in order to produce the one iPhone, we pay only $21. That's the labor cost. That's the direct labor cost is $21. And the $21 out of the $1,000, that's less than 2%. No, that's 0.3 per 0.2%. So direct labor cost is a matter. Direct labor cost, like the final assembly and the testing, is a matter in defining the price of the iPhone. Not much. Whatever. Okay. So we get to know more detail about it, our internal competency, internal the situation. When we get to know much about that, our cost structure, that is okay. Many times, this type of the direct labor or direct cost is explicit. And then we can do something because that's feasible. But let's see about this. Operation cost, R&D cost, SG&A cost, sales cost, and overhead cost. And overhead cost is around $209. $209. That's around 20%. No, 20%? No, 209. Yeah, that's around 20%. What is overhead cost? That's a payment for Indirect labor, indirect people. Can we justify this? Let's see. Anyway, the margin ratio is around 40%. 40%. The iPhone margin is around 40%. And somebody can guess what is the margin? What is the margin percent of the Huawei or Xiaomi? Xiaomi Mobile. What is the margin of the Huawei or Xiaomi? Can you guess? Or Samsung, whatever. Around. Yeah, around. That's less than 10%. No more than 10%. So 40% of the margin versus lower than 10% of the margin. And who make a better business? Apple or Huawei? Probably Apple. Okay? Then here is a question. Here's a question. Okay? Why Huawei can not make more profit than Apple? Why Huawei cannot make more profit than Apple? Can you elaborate the what system? Operating system? Like iOS? Is it matter? Is it being matter? Don't have the operating system of out once out is a big matter? I don't think so. Anybody else? Why Huawei do not make a better profit than the Apple? Is it necessary? Okay, so let's start with a question of the, is it necessary? Is it necessary? Okay, Huawei need more profit ratio. Is it necessary? Is that good? What will happen if the Huawei want to develop the new iOS, new operating system? Do you believe that that makes sense in business? Think about it, the cost and benefit. Cost and benefit, okay? It deserves to make the operating system now? Probably not. So, anybody talks a lot about it. Okay, so Apple, anybody see that, okay, so Apple make a big profit. Okay, why then? That somebody say that, okay, so definitely we want to make that kinds of the profit ratio, like a 40% like Apple, and to make more money. But is it necessary? Is it good? That probably good for the company. That probably good for the company. Okay, and if that is good for the company, and who will make money? Who make money if the Huawei make money? Who make money when Huawei make money? Who? Will you make money? Do you have any share of the Huawei? Do you have any share? Your father and mother has a share of the Huawei. So Huawei has a stakeholder or shareholder. Who are the largest shareholder of the Huawei? Who is the owner? Who is the owner of the Huawei? Who has the largest portion of the Huawei share? Somebody can say. Who is the largest owner of the Huawei? Kim A, Kim B? I don't think so. I don't think so. He has very small part of the share. The CEO, chairman. No, I don't think so. Employees? No, no, employees do not have any share. Lon Zhongfei has only 1%. Wu Myung-no? Who is that? Hmm? So you don't know that who is the owner of the Huawei, and you don't know that who is making money when the Huawei make money. Huh? Yeah, please try to find out who is the real owner of the Huawei. Hmm. That is related with internal analysis. If you want to conduct the internal analysis, okay, so one of the most important thing is corporate governance, because we need to identify who is a key decision maker. Who is the key decision maker of the Huawei? Okay, so that is my question. Who is the key decision maker? Okay, so the Huawei is not a good example. And how about it? Okay, so who is in the Hangzhou Alibaba? Okay, so who is the, yeah, the Alibaba is much more easier. Who is the owner of the Alibaba? Who governs the Alibaba company? Ma Win? No, that's wrong. Nope. Daniel Chang? Oh yeah, he's a CEO, but how about he is a, no, he is a owner? Okay, so what is the meaning of the owner? The corporate owner? It's the same word with, no, CEO is not an owner. CEO is an agent. The owner means shareholder. You learn that. Who is the largest shareholder? Exactly, SoftBank. And who owns the SoftBank? SoftBank. Yeah, Masayoshi Sonjang-ui. Yes, it's Korean Japanese, whatever. And isn't it strange? Alibaba, one of the largest Chinese domestic e-commerce company, is owned by or governed by a Japanese entrepreneur. Who Who is a key decision maker? That's much more complex. Complicated. However, we must get to know who is the key decision maker. So that's the reason why I suggest you to start with leadership profile. Who are your key decision makers? Because that the key decision maker will define what must be the direct cost and what is the level of the indirect cost and what will be our margin ratio. Okay, good. Internal analysis is quite subjective. Many times that's implicit. Okay. Whatever, in order to conduct the internal analysis, okay, so we start with the business processes. We learn that business processes, okay, and the business processes is done by this kind of the task activities, okay. This kind of activities is done in order to complete the business processes, okay, and this kind of the business processes. Okay, that is my life. That was my life. You guess. Okay? Yeah, global manager. From 7 to 10. Yeah, okay. So that was my engineering life. Whatever. Yeah, but that was not bad. When I was a business consultant, I usually sleep only 4 or 5 hours. Okay. 24/7, that's our life, because we need to solve our business problems. Whatever. Why we do this kind of a complex work? In order to complete this kind of task. Why we complete this task? In order to complete our business processes. Got it? Business processes. So we complete this kind of the business processes. Business processes. That looks like something like this. Okay. Good. However, this different business processes can be converted into a certain universal value chain like this. This is a value chain. Almost all the business processes can be converted into value chain. Value chain. And as you can see, value chain is composed with 3 parts. Primary activity, support activity, and margin. Let's change the language. Direct cost. This is direct cost. And this is indirect cost. Indirect cost. IC and margin. That is our price. That is our business. Okay? In order to know ourselves, you'd better to start with cost structure. And cost structure is composed with 3 parts: direct cost, indirect cost, and margin. And so you'd better to start with the simple ones. Okay? And there are inbound, direct activities, primary activities composed with the inbound logistics, outbound logistics. That's SCM, supply chain management, and plus that the operation, marketing, sales, and service. That's a direct cost. That's a direct activity. We pay directly. However, we definitely need support functions. We are managing 2 things. We are managing 2 things. Okay, what we are managing as a business problem solver, we solve our business problems throughout managing. What is that too? Yep. What we manage? What we manage? We manage in order to fix our business problems and to increase our money, to decrease our cost. We manage money and people. Okay, money and people. And in corporation, in company, who manages money? Who deals with the money? Which department manages money? Which department? Yeah, in WKU, who manages money? CFO. And the CFO runs usually the which department? Accounting department, finance department, or controlling department. Okay? So, who manages money? Accounting, finance, controlling. And they are working in this direct activities? No, they are supporting. That is here. General admin, accountant, finance expert, or controllers, they are working in here. Okay, on the other hand, who manage people? Which department manage people? HR, CHRO, HR, usually HR, yeah, HRM, HRD, or the general affairs. Here, HR. Okay, absolutely, absolutely. On the other hand, okay, this is a current work. This is a current work. But however, in order to create our best future, absolutely we need to do R&D because we need to create our future. Okay, so do you remember what is the best way to predict a future? Predict the future. What is the best way to predict the future? Tracy, what is the best way to predict the future? Angela, yeah, what is the best way to predict that? Yow! Peanut, Eudora, exactly. Aurora, that's right. The best way to predict the future is create the future. Okay, so then in a company, how we can create the future? We definitely need to conduct research and development. R&D. Definitely we need to create our future product, future services continually in order to create our future, right? That's absolutely we need it. Okay? And the other function is a procurement, purchasing, whatever, that's a supporting. So without the supporting, do you believe that we can operate this kind of a primary activity? No. No, 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 no. Okay? Absolutely no. So then, definitely we need a direct function and indirect function in order to create margin. Okay? We come back to here. Then that kinds of the value chain must look like this. Direct cost, indirect cost, and margin. Okay? So if you get to know better about this cost structure, okay, you can easily capture what is your status, what is your problem many times. And especially if you're interested in management, you'd better to give more attention to here. Because this is almost fixed and the operational, okay, that's this kind of explicit data is, what can we do? And the engineers can do better. However, this is not important for us. This is a matter. Margin and the indirect cost is a matter. And many times that the real innovation usually come from not from the direct something that come from here. Really, you can believe in me. You will deal with this kind of things. Okay? In that case, don't be afraid to address this problem. That is our problem. We need to solve that problem. However, that will not be easy. There's another very important issue we keep talking about. Anyway, this is suggested by the Michael Porter. Again, Michael Porter's internal analysis by using value chain. Value chain. Okay, got it? Then let's go forward. Let's go forward, and then we will use that the business system analysis comparing with two things. Okay, whatever. So I will come back to here. Benchmark we will do, and the world-class benchmark like a post performance, whatever. And however, yeah, this is proposed by Wee Chan-gin. Wee Chan-gin. Wee Chan-gin. Yeah, Wee Chan. Yeah, Wee Chan. Wee Chan-gin. So as you guess, he's Korean, and however, yeah, he's Korean American, yeah, who is now working at the INSEAD University, INSEAD in France, whatever. And Wee Chang-kim proposed that this kind of a value curve analysis, value curve analysis. Okay, and value curve analysis is an extensive form of the value chain analysis. Value chain analysis. Here, this is one of the typical value chain business process. This is a value chain. Okay. From here, each of the value chain can be represented by an item. Marketing research, brand power is a problem. Advanced R&D, and that we have a marketing capability or the product development capability, product process, okay, realization, can we do that? Production quality and price and the cost of compensation and the delivery logistics and this kind of thing, delivery logistics, and the customer relations, absolutely. And then from each value chain component, we can identify our most important items that we need to compare with our best competitor, like this. This is a local business, and this is a non-local business or the national brand. Okay, so for example, you know that we have a social dog. Do you know the social dog? Are you using the social dog on our campus? Absolutely. So yeah, that's one of my most favorite social dog. Okay. However, it's not our campus barber though. Are you enjoying the Starbucks as well? Do you believe that social dog is competing with the Starbucks? Whom? I don't know. I'm asking. Yeah, who is the biggest competitor on campus? Social dog and who? When you want to get a beverage, and which brand are you using? Are you enjoying? Social dog and whom? Gulda. What is your favorite? Gongcha? Okay. On campus? B5. What is B5? B5? Gongcha in B5? B5? I don't know. Nancy. Huh? Who is the biggest competitor? Oh, really? Gongcha. I don't know. Jenny. When you want to enjoy the coffee or the beverage, and which brand are you using? Are you enjoying on campus? Whatever, we don't have that. However, so let's guess. Okay, so yeah, for the faculty members, and we love to enjoy the Starbucks. Okay, whatever. So then, social dog here, local business is here, and Starbucks. Okay, so Starbucks absolutely they have a better brand power, and Starbucks has a better marketing capability, product service realization, and the price. Okay, and the product service quality, I don't know, and the delivery logistics, no, and the customer relations. Okay, between the social dog and the Starbucks. This is Starbucks. Okay. What is good at? And what is not good at? What is the strengths and the weakness of the social dog in terms of the Starbucks? Comparing with the Starbucks, we can easily identify our strengths and the weakness when we make a curve of this curve. This is composing the curve. Okay, so comparing with the Starbucks, social dog's weakness is brand power, marketing capability, and product service realization. Okay, clear. There is a big gap in here. There's a big gap in here. Big gap in here. Okay. However, what is their strengths? What is the biggest strengths of the social dog? Probably they have a better customer relations, right? Because, yeah, absolutely. But however, price is one thing, and however, the customer relations is another thing. Okay, so that is related with price here. That's not bad, not bad, not good. Okay, so that must be here. Not bad, not good. Okay, so maybe between here, competing. Okay, and however, because I know the social dogs students, I know Ada worked there. I know that the Jacob worked there, and I know that somebody worked there. I know everybody at the social dog. Okay, so then if I want to get a coffee, and automatically, almost automatically, hi Ada, hey Ada, hey Jenny, hi, yeah, please let me have a coffee. Customer relations is their biggest competitive advantage. So, in order to know our strengths and the weakness, maybe we can use this type of tool that is proposed by the Wichang game, and we call that is a value curve analysis. Please try to identify the items that you need to compare. That item must come from your value curve. Value curve. And so then make a comparison. You make a comparison yourself with your biggest competitor or your target. Okay, so that is a value curve analysis. So value curve analysis is one of the good tools to analyze oneself in terms of the value curve, value chain. And that value chain comes from the business processes. That business processes can be converted into the cost structure many times. Don't be subjective. Don't misunderstand that internal analysis must be subjective or from the interview or qualitative. I don't think so. It can be scientific. It can be explicit. Many times, that would be a nice start. If somebody asks for intangible or the implicit data analysis for internal analysis, just say bullshit. And please start with numbers, with your cost structure. That will help you to identify your internal problem. Many people want to hide. Really. And the CEO, CFO, and they want to hide something. So please start with cost structure. That will help you. From my experiences, that will not be easy, but however, you better start with that, to know something better. Okay, and that is it. And let's see. I got the problem. No. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, and I just want to introduce these tools more. Okay, tools, value chain and the value curve, and the business system analysis. That is that is itemize some of the factors like this and describe that what is your strength, what is your weakness. Okay, so that's a business system analysis that usually applied for the business process analysis. Okay. Subjective. Okay, good. And absolutely one of the most popular forms of the internal analysis is benchmark. Benchmark. Okay? Benchmark means that I compare with somebody. Benchmark. Okay, benchmark. And there are a few number of the different level of the benchmark. World-class benchmark, industry benchmark, and internal benchmark. Okay, so world-class means that okay, you compare with yourself to the world leader, and the industry benchmark is you compare with you compare yourself with the industry leader, and then you compare yourself within your company internal benchmark, like a team comparison. Some team good, some team not good. Okay, so in order to conduct the internal analysis, to complete that the benchmark, you better to define your level of analysis. Okay, so then, as I said, orange to orange. Okay, apple to apple. For example, Tesla can be compared with which company? The Tesla can be compared with that U.S. or the U.S. auto industry. No, Tesla is one unit of the company. However, the U.S. auto industry is an industry, industry to industry, industry and company to company. And then many times we make this kind of the error. We compare with the orange with the apple. No, don't do that. Apple to apple, orange to orange. So if that is not matched, if there is a different levels, we cannot compare. Many times we need to define our level of analysis first in order to conduct a benchmark. And this is one of the examples of the world-class benchmarking, and in terms of the cost performance. This is our cost structure, and there must be our competitors' cost structure. This is Apple, and this is Huawei. Then you can identify the gaps. Okay, future without value, supply management, manufacturing productivity, display, whatever. Okay. So then you can compare with yourself, and you can set a target, you can set a goal. How much can I squeeze our operational error, operational inefficiency? Okay, this is a basic start. This is essential tools to perform the internal analysis. Personally, I suggest to you, please start with the cost structure. Okay? And the cost structure must be related with the business processes, and business processes must be connected with the value chain. Then you can convert those kind of information into the value curve analysis. Okay? And then when you identify the value curve, when you identify your weakness and the strengths and what can we do, and the W game, Richard game, propose a blue ocean strategy. Blue ocean strategy. Have you ever heard about that? Blue ocean strategy? Blue ocean strategy. No? Agnes, where are you? Christy. Okay. Blue ocean strategy. 칭하이 strategy. 칭하이 전략. 청해 전략. Yeah. Blue ocean strategy. To explore the area that is not founded. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. Okay, so that is. No, no. Okay, so that is okay. So we create no. From red ocean to blue ocean. Okay, so why we have a red ocean? We better start with this. Okay, so what will happen if you have a lot of competitors like the shark? Sharks bite you and kill you. Shark bite you, right? Yeah. Yeah. What will happen? Blood. Bloody ocean. That's a fierce competition. Okay, so can you understand why we call that is a red ocean? Shark. Okay, that's a fierce competition. And then, absolutely, we need to avoid unnecessary competition. Okay, and then absolutely, we need to explore the blue ocean that has relatively lower fierce competition. How? How we can find the blue ocean? How we can explore the blue ocean? Here. One, you need to avoid this. That's a red ocean. And then here is a blue ocean. You maximize your competitive advantage. And yeah, many times brand power, no, please forget it for a while. And then you'd better to focus on your strengths. And then go to your cultivate the new market realm. Cultivate what is called a new market realm based on your strengths. This will guide you and this will lead you to the blue ocean. And then with Chang-Yin proposed, okay, please try to understand yourself. Please try to understand yourself. What is your weakness? What is your strength? And then maximize your strengths and then minimize your weakness in order to go to the blue ocean. Okay? So that's a blue ocean strategy. That's a blue ocean strategy. And that usually comes from the knowing oneself. Knowing oneself well. Okay? Good. Give me a second. Do I have any type something? Yeah. So we will go to this direction. Okay, so from next week, okay, we will talk more about it. This is a virtual something, and we will talk about it. Benchmark, okay, and then we will talk about competitive advantage. Okay, and I said the main purpose of exercising the strategy management, okay, is creating and sustaining our competitive advantage. And we will talk about how we can create and what. Okay, first, what the hell is the competitive advantage in terms of the business? Okay, and how we can create that competitive advantage, and how we can do some business, how we can exercise the strategy competitive advantage. Okay, that's what we are talking next week and after next week. Yeah, next week and after next week. Yeah, that's several days, several weeks. Okay, good. And so far, okay, any question? Any questions? So we complete our critical analysis part, external and the internal. Okay, so that we get to know how we do not lose, how we can not to lose. Okay. So we are heading to the win without fighting based on the not to lose. Okay. And anything else? Any question or any concern, any comments or any suggestion? Any problem? Okay, Tracy now. So far so good. Okay, good. Then can I see you next to Tuesday? Next Tuesday? Okay, then I will see you next to Tuesday. I will see you next Tuesday. And bye. Bye. Vanessa, bye. Tracy, bye. Yeah, Lucy, bye. Bye-bye. Bye, Peanut.